Hello there and welcome along to Hive Live Extra, your place for exclusive reaction and analysis following Watford's 1-0 defeat away at AFC Bournemouth. Danjuma's second half strike, enough to get the better of the Hornets ultimately in the end. I'm joined here in the studio by two former Hornets in Tommy Mooney and Richard Johnson. Well, we saw at the end some pretty unsavoury scenes there, Tommy. Tempers boiling over a bit. I suppose it just sums up the afternoon. Frustration.
Yeah, I think they're going to be bitterly disappointed with not winning today. Certainly, there wasn't the strength and pace and power going forward and creating opportunities that we've had in previous games, and so that's a disappointment. You know, it's time to worry about missing chances is when you're not creating them. And today we've created very little. And I genuinely feel Bournemouth are a very, very average team. And, you know, for the exception of 7 or 8 minutes in the second half, Danjuma caused us some issues. Other than that, they never caused us any problems at all. And, you know, it's probably a defensive slip from a free kick, a straight pass and a straight run, and he's in behind and then scuffs a finish. Sometimes it's, if you scuff them, they go in. If you catch them sweet, they don't.
What about you, Jono? Do you think certainly the work rate from Watford this afternoon merited more than going away empty-handed?
Yeah, I don't think that can be questioned, the attitude or the work rate. It was just like Tommy said, in that final third, we didn't have enough to create, or we weren't clinical enough at certain times. So that was sort of disappointing, I suppose, from an attacking point of view. But listen, you can't fault the commitment. It was just a little lack of quality today.
Why do you think they were so difficult to break down, Tommy?
Well, from the very first whistle, we had an awful lot of possession, but didn't create any chances, and that sort of gets to you a little bit. After a sustained spell of it, it gets to you. You start getting frustrated with your own performance. Then you've got the added frustration of how Bournemouth play, and it just became a dull and dour game for us until, you know, the scenes at the end.
Yeah, no, I think the Bournemouth setup, they just set themselves up to be physical. João Pedro got manhandled a little bit. They doubled up on Sarr, so they didn't give us any space. And I think they just genuinely set up to stop us playing. And to sort of their credit, I suppose, in that respect, how they wanted to play the game, it worked for them. But yeah, some of the sort of tackles and the gamesmanship in that second half was a little bit sort of frustrating to watch.
We'll have more of the thoughts of both Jono and Tommy shortly, but now we can get some exclusive reaction from the Vitality Stadium. Cisco, it was a frustrating day all round. How difficult were Bournemouth to break down today?
Yeah, Emma, I think today I won't take the good things for today. I think today is the important that we have positive things, you know, and the most important today was, we know is a hard game and have a difficult moment, sure, but I think the team was ambition, was all the game with the control of the ball. This is true. Also, we don't have a lot of chance for today for a score, but also they have the same chance. And it's definitely was in this action. The referee, I think, was a mistake because they put the foul the first for us, and after they changed the opinion. And we need to continue. I think we are more stronger for the next game. And this is our team. I think our team fight and to work very hard in the first minute until the last minute. And I think today was a good example.
They did. They worked really, really hard across the whole 90 minutes. The scenes at the end, do you think that was an example of the ambition but the frustration within this side this afternoon?
Yeah, sure. But also it's a little frustration because we play good, and but I won't say I'm proud about the players. This is the team spirit, and we won 4 games continuum, and right now we know what is the difficult to take the points in the championship. We need continue work hard and I know our challenge is a amazing challenge, and every day we work very hard for try the reef.
You say there just how hard these players have been working. How proud are you of their performances today and the last few matches?
Yeah, it's I'm proud about the guys because I think today also we give our maximum. This is true. Sometimes you have more condition for try to score or other difficult things, but today I think the team was in our maximum level, and we need to keep going, and we are thinking for the next game. We have another chance in 3 days, and we need these 3 points at home.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about the Championship. You only have 3 days until you have the chance, you said there, to win again.
Yeah, sure. And this is our job. I spoke before about this. I say, sure, we have one step back because it's impossible to have the same number what we had before. And, well, we need thinking for the next game, and I'm sure the next game we can give better performance.
Okay, thank you for your time, Cisco. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Well, the thoughts there of the head coach, Cisco Munoz, and Tommy. He's saying all the right things, really, that you want to hear from a manager after a game like that.
Yeah, I think it's important that he's clearly already gathered his thoughts, because it's frustrating and people can say things that they perhaps wouldn't want to later on, given more time. But you can see he's very clear. He's proud of his players, disappointed with the result today, and perhaps disappointed in some performances, but nevertheless looking at the bigger picture over the last 5 games, you know, to take 12 points out of 15 is some form.
Yeah, and that's actually one thing, Jono, that he was quite consistent with there, and that's just taking a breath and looking at the bigger picture and the chance that they have to put things right on Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. I said earlier that you can't fault the attitude today or the commitment from the players. It was sort of just a little bit of lack of quality. They've had a heavy schedule, long trips during the week to come back now and place sort of so quickly. Just sort of looked a little bit leggy, I suppose, but just lacking that little bit of quality. But the effort and the commitment and the closing down, and even right to the last couple of minutes, you know, we were pressing forward and creating a few sort of half chances, if you like. So overall, like Tommy just said, he's got to be happy with what we've done over the last few weeks. And again, Wednesday will come around so quick to sort of get back on it and get another performance going.
Let's talk about those scenes at the end. Tommy, did you sense it was kind of heading in that direction, that it was just bubbling a little bit? Yeah,
I think the behaviour of the Bournemouth players from the middle of the first half, you know, they were exaggerating everything, and you know, I don't think the officials helped themselves, because the Bournemouth players were refereeing the game essentially. On commentary, we could hear what the linesman was saying, what the referee was saying, and everybody was saying. So you could understand the frustration from Watford's point of view. When the Watford players were fouled, they got on with it and carried on with the game. When the Bournemouth players were fouled, it was theatrics, it was verbals. There's no need for it. I'd be embarrassed personally. I'd be more embarrassed to go back in the dressing room with a win, having behaved like that, than I would have with a loss. So I certainly can see where Cisco's coming from.
How difficult can it be to play in a game like that, John? I'm sure you've been there a few times.
Yeah, a couple. It can be tough to keep your emotions in check. But I think probably part of the frustration was the sort of our performance as well. The sort of quality we've shown in the last few weeks just wasn't there for us. So probably that was sort of built up as well. But like Tommy said, some of the gamesmanship and theatrics from them was probably a build-up to that last couple of minutes, to be honest with you. Didn't help.
I suppose if you were going to take one positive out of this, listen, we don't condone at all what happened in those last few minutes at the Vitality Stadium, but those players really showed, didn't they, just how united they are, that they're in this together.
Yeah, I think what we mentioned before the game about the unity in the dressing room, and to me, yeah, completely agree, it shouldn't be happening on the pitch, but I don't mind if it gets up to the end of the tunnel where there's no cameras and then you sort it out. That's the way we used to do it. But certainly, in view for everybody to see, it shouldn't be like that. But when the players stick together, you've got a good team spirit in that dressing room. When they're not, then you've got an issue.
As it stands, we do know one thing, and that's that we will be without João Pedro, who was shown a red card at Bournemouth, and Nathaniel Chalobah, who's clocked up a number of yellows now. How much are we going to miss them?
Yeah, look, João Pedro's been on form last couple of games, scoring goals. He's been excellent, so he will be missed, as well as Nate in the middle of the park there. His performances have been superb recently. So, listen, we've got a sort of a talented squad, if you like. We've got enough about us where players can step in. Dan Gosling's got enough sort of experience. Give him a chance to get a bit more game time and get that fitness level up as well. So we have got players that can come in, but those two guys will be missed a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, on the subject of Dan Gosling, actually, he showed where his loyalties lie today. That was very clear, Tommy. When you think he's had 6 years at that club, only a few games in a Watford shirt, again, just that passion was coming through. Yeah,
I think, particularly when it all kicked off with Lerma, you could see that he really had a go at him. He wanted to clump him, it's as simple as that. And that, for me, every time I played against my teammates that I got on great with and we won things with, it was big hugs and handshakes. That, for me, you could see how much he disliked him, and perhaps a little bit that's the ethos of the Bournemouth dressing room in comparison to what Xisco Muñoz is building up in the Watford dressing room.
He is building something, and hopefully we can add to that on Wednesday against Wycombe Wanderers. So just a reminder, we'll be back with you on Hive Live from 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, a full hour of build up to a 7 o'clock kickoff. So if you haven't noted that already, the kickoff time has changed. We will now be kicking off at 7 o'clock at Vicarage Road on Wednesday evening. watfordfc.com/Hive Live. We'll have full camera coverage of that game. So we look forward to being back with you on Wednesday evening. But for now, a bit of a tough result to take from the Vitality Stadium. But onwards and upwards, as they say. Jono, we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Likewise, Tommy. And likewise, you at home. We'll see you then.
Click here, or here, or here, or here, or here.